In this new, fun, action-filled anime, the premise asks what if Power Rangers were actually evil? Go-Go Loser Ranger switches the script around and depicts the minions as good guys this time around, being forced to keep battling the Super Sentai heroes after they defeated their bosses years ago. But in their truce to keep things interesting and entertaining, put into effect a regular Sunday championship brawl, forcing the remaining minions to come up with a fake monster of the week the Power Ranger-like heroes would have to face off against. While new to many as the anime released this year, in April 2024, the manga began its serialization in February 2021 in Kodansha's Weekly Shonen magazine, releasing 14 volumes to this date. The plot of the series is wild, fun, and centers around the idea of Power Ranger-like group not being the heroes they claim to be, taking the Super Sentai idea that started all the way back in the 1970s with the very first Sentai series, Himitsu Sentai Gogenjer. Try saying that 5 times fast. With a new version coming out every year since then, which follows a team of up to 5 or less in bright-colored super suits that must defeat a great evil that threatens the world. Go-Go Loser Rangers follows this idea, but with its twist. What if they were secretly evil instead? Real quick, before we get back to the video, just want to let you know we had new books and new merch drop in the shop. If you want to check that out, if you have been waiting for that, head on to the link, head over to the Amazon shop, and check those out. Alright, thanks. When the villainous army of evil tries to invade Earth 13 years ago, the Divine Dragon Rangers defeat them within a year of the invasion, wiping out all their executive bosses. But there's a catch. Instead of allowing peace to happen, a truce put in place that would allow the surviving members of the army of evil to keep fighting as the almost immortal foot soldiers are forced to reenact their defeat to the Rangers. Every Sunday, spectators gather to watch the fake matchups as the foot soldiers battle against the Rangers. But when one of the minions begins to get tired of the charade and wants more out of life instead of being a pawn in a never-ending battle, he decides he's had enough and wants to defeat the Divine Dragon Rangers. The manga has gained a following of fans for its twists and turns, insane character moments, and its use of Super Sentai tropes. If you have ever wondered or asked the question, what would it be like if the Power Rangers were evil? Then this anime looks to answer that question. I won't spoil the anime or the manga here. I'm personally still reading it, but slowly. But there are some great moments in here that I firmly believe you should experience for yourself. If you find yourself looking for something different or fun with a twist or enjoy the Sentai genre, I think you will find this interesting and want to check it out further. What really drew me to the idea of the story is not just about evil Power Rangers as the antagonists, but you got to follow the story from the perspective of the alien minion. And if you're familiar with Power Rangers or Sentai, then you know those guys are faceless and don't really matter. They're mostly thrown away thugs, like hundreds of stormtroopers simply there just so the bad guy has something to fight and get past before reaching the real big bad guy. It has a funny enough premise that uses the Sentai tropes to its best by flipping them on their head and switching the roles around. The Rangers themselves are scary and overwhelming with their power and sometimes make you ask, how can our actual heroes of the story survive against them? While many new series have been coming out over these past 10 years or more that look to ask the question, what if superheroes were actually the villain? Such as with Injustice asking, what if Superman turned evil and used his powers to rule? Or with the recent comic-turned show on Amazon, The Boys, asking again, what if Superman was evil? While it has many crazy moments, Go-Go Loser Rangers isn't as cruel as The Boys, but does keep things funny or wacky with the minions. But there is sometimes a somberness to even just the first episode when you realize, along with the character, that they are now slaves to the Rangers and probably treated worse than their former bosses. If you grew up with the Power Rangers like myself and love the action and heroics of the series, or are just a fan of the Super Sentai genre and don't mind seeing them as the bad guy, this could be really a fun show for you. With high stakes and intense moments that leave you wanting more, the story uses the monsters of the week in a rather interesting and kind of funny way. We learn the foot soldier minions have regenerative powers and ability to shapeshift. So each week they need to come up with a new monster that the Rangers must face off against. But we also learn that they are running out of ideas and under a lot of pressure to come up with something worthy for the Rangers to fight it against. It needs to be good enough to make the crowds of people attending scared and look hard enough for the heroes to take down. The anime does a good job of creating this sense of unease with each episode as we go further down the rabbit hole, and the main character has to deal with the Rangers. Like I said, I won't spoil this for you. With Sentai or Power Rangers, those shows rely on action and big heroic moments, as with this anime it focuses on more thriller and horror tropes. So when the Rangers themselves are on screen, you know it's bad. You know things are about to go down. The Rangers themselves are very well depicted as evil and even crazy sometimes. While the Sentai genre is nothing new and has been around for over 40 years now, it has rarely gotten the anime treatment, and with so many anime being a generic isekai, it's nice to see something a bit different. The animation is well done. While it mixes 3D and 2D, it's not overly jarring. I really think you should check out the first episode and see if it's worth your time. But if you're looking for something with a bit of a twist, then consider checking out Go Go Loser Rangers. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, consider supporting by liking, subscribing, or checking out our Patreon, or heading over to Amazon and checking out our various books that are heavily inspired by anime and manga, such as Winnie the Pooh, Demon Hunter, or Demon Hunter Raven. Books about supernatural demon hunters that gotta hunt demons. I don't know. So if you want to see Winnie the Pooh with a chainsaw, or anything fun like that, go ahead, give it a look. Alright, see you next time.